I've watched every Warriors game this season, from their hot start to their bad beats, through their highs, through their lows, and after witnessing everything that has transpired up until today, both me and Steph have concluded the Warriors have to do this. You see this car right here? Well, this is actually a time machine, and someone in the Warriors organization needs to seriously get inside this vehicle, then travel back to June 16th of 2022 when the Warriors defeated the Celtics in 6, then get inside their locker room during their moment of celebration, and then they need to stop this.
No. You about to get a bag. We about to get a bag. We about to get a bag.
I know that's a joke, but that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the bane of the Warriors this season, and what I'm about to unveil today is going to be more shocking than when Draymond called Durant a bitch. I don't think I'm ever going to believe this Adrian Wojnarowski dude again. I mean, a few weeks ago, the man said, the trade deadline is setting up to be a busy one, and the Warriors will be at the heart of it. Yet, ever since he said that, it has been crickets when it came to the Warriors' trades. Absolute crickets. Pascal Siakam went to the Pacers, Lauri Markkanen's off the table now, Jeremy Grant's off the table too, Zach LaVine isn't worth his price tag, and as you go lower and lower on the trade market and what's available, things just seem to look more and more hopeless for the Warriors. And in a time where they're losing night after night, this tradeless situation adds more smoke to the fire that Curry and the Warriors are living in. I mean, halfway through the season and they're below 500, with some key players out due to injuries, other key players playing like hot garbage, and then a tragedy like this hitting them? For the Warriors, it doesn't get any lower than this. I mean, back in 2020, when Steph and Klay were injured and they were at the bottom of the barrel, at least they had hope because they knew that was just temporary. But now, it seems they've played all their cards and yet they're still coming up empty. What if I told you, however, that the answer for all their basketball problems was right in front of their eyes this whole time? What if I told you that there's a switch that if they could somehow turn that switch on, that all their problems would simply vanish into thin air? Some of y'all may say I'm crazy, but check this out. 17.1 points per game, 5 rebounds, 47% from the field, nearly 40% from 3 for an effective field goal percentage that rounds up to 56%. Those are some pretty good statistics, and what if I told you there was a player like that the Warriors could acquire? What if I told you that there is someone who could put up those numbers that's within the reach of the Warriors? You'd probably still think I'm crazy, right? Well, the truth is, I'm talking about the 2023 version of Andrew Wiggins. That's it, guys. That's the one solution to pretty much every ailment the Warriors are suffering from currently. I mean, Klay's been putting up good numbers. Kuminga's been putting up good numbers. And heck, even Draymond's been putting up good numbers when he's able to stay in games. Sheesh, guys. No cap, but what kind of world has it become when Draymond Green is the Warriors' most efficient three-point shooter? But back to the topic on hand. Overall, from what I've seen, aside from a few ugly losses, the team has been playing pretty darn good basketball, as evident from that close game they had against Giannis and the Bucks. But there are still some issues, and at the heart of it all, in the eye of the storm of every problem the Warriors have been experiencing, is 2024 Andrew Wiggins, who at 28 years old, in the prime of his career, without any significant injuries, is playing worse than he was when he was a 19-year-old rookie. That's not an exaggeration. I mean, look at it and compare for yourself. Points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, field goal percentage, three-point percentage, free throw percentage. Andrew Wiggins is playing worse than when he first entered the league, which is crazy. People may say he's washed, but the truth is, he's not. He might be playing like he's washed, though, which gives off that narrative, but the truth is, he's not. I mean, like I said, he's 28 years old, in the prime of his career, with no significant injuries in the past. He's not washed. The man's just sleeping, sleepwalking, whatever you want to call it. But if the Warriors could somehow awaken him, the NBA is going to be in trouble. I mean, remember, this is the man who dunked on Luka like I've never seen anyone dunk on Luka before. This is the man who slowed down not just Jaylen Brown during the 2022 finals, but Jason Tatum as well, as he suffocated the Celtics star during clutch moments of that series. If all else is equal and the Warriors could get this Wiggins back, it's game over for the league. Splashing cold water on his face every time he misses a shot in practice, bringing in Tony Robbins to motivate him every single day, or letting Draymond do his thing on him. I don't know what the Warriors' options are for pulling this off, but this is truly the only way to save Joe Lacob's $400 million investment at this point. Now, some of y'all may think it's a lost cause at this point, that there's no way Wiggins is going to turn around this season, but I did a bit of digging and found a bunch of recent players who flipped that switch midway through a season. Spencer Dinwiddie, for example. Back in 2022, before the All-Star break, the man scored 12 points per game on 38% from the floor and 31% from three. After the All-Star break, however, the man awoke and averaged nearly 17 a game on 50% from the field and 41% from three. De'Aaron Fox as well. In 2022, the man was averaging 22 a game on similar efficiencies as Wiggins is today, but after the All-Star game, the man awoke into a superstar and started dropping 29 a game while shooting 50, 37, and 73. I could name a dozen more players that have had profiles like this in recent NBA years, but you get the point. For the Warriors to get out of this mess and make a true push to being back to championship contenders, they don't exactly need a trade. They just need to awaken this man here, and Steph Curry knows it too. Then, for extra measures, they need to free him. Kuminga, Brandon, and Trace Jackson-Davis are already getting significant minutes, but for some odd reason, Steve Kerr has Moses Moody locked up in prison, which is absolutely ridiculous because did you know that in the last 2 playoff years for the Warriors, throughout 25 games, Moses Moody has been shooting nearly 54% from the field, 57% from three, 83% at the line for an effective field goal percentage of 67.6? Yeah, you heard that right. In the postseason, where teams' defenses step up a notch, Moses Moody is putting up efficiency numbers that would have coaches around the league salivating over. He's pretty much the perfect 3-and-D type of player the Warriors need, and he fills up many of the holes which the Warriors are missing, like youth, athleticism, hustle, and more shooting. I mean, look at this play here where he goes right at Brandon Ingram with a strong drive. Then, with his 7'1" wingspan, he lays it in so quickly that even the 7-foot Valanciunas, who was lurking nearby, didn't have the time to react and affect the shot. Or this play here, where Draymond screens for Moody, who then nails the open perimeter shot. Or in this play here, where Moody chased down and blocked what would have been a sure transition dunk by Kevin Huerter. I'm going to say it again. A key component to the success of the 2024 Warriors is going to be to free Moody. I know Kerr is having trouble on rotations and figuring out how to give more minutes to him, but perhaps the key for Kerr this season is to give others about 20 to 25 minutes per night instead and spread the minutes around, because let's face it, the Warriors veterans play better when they're fresh. Klay, at the age of 33 with 2 potential career-ending injuries, plays better on fresher legs. Chris Paul, at 38, is injury-prone, so playing him nearly 30 minutes per night is a recipe for sending him straight back into an MRI machine. Develop Moody, awaken Wiggins, and the Warriors are going to find that no trades are really worth it, and the rest of the NBA, well, they're going to find out that another championship contender has entered the chat.